You mentioned work ethic, and that's what organizations can ill afford to assume. So then
Right.
whose responsibility is it to teach the work ethic? Because unlike your parents,
Mhm.
we don't have necessarily those, those same expectations are not being shared or instilled in their children to say, listen, when you commit to something, you need to deliver in its totality. There's going to be some extenuating circumstances, of course. That's what life presents to us.
Certainly.
But if they're
Certainly.
expecting you to be there at 6 a.m. in the morning, give them a full day's work, then that is the expectation. You can't come in day two. Listen, how much leave do I have? Because I believe I want to, take a vacation. I'm gonna run with Derrick Boazman to
Right.
Thailand.
Right.
You can't
Right.
do that. So where it's missing, clearly,
Yeah.
it's missing. So where do we then course correct, if you will?
I think you got to put almost like executive coaching and career development at the middle and high school. It's got to be taught somewhere, right? We got to bring a Dr. Wendy into the churches and to the colleges and the universities. And so all of us who have benefited from it, because you just said something that's very important. And the same thing then with one of our junior employees where I am. Yeah, new baby, right? But that was a time now we're that age where my dad was at work the next day because what he understood is my mother's role was to nurture and a baby that's a week or two old ain't nothing you can do but breastfeed it. He didn't have a breast to feed it.
Yeah.
So clearly we understood that was that kind of I got to keep working because I got 6 of these and I
Yeah.
got to make sure that now if you go off and I lose my job, we're in a world of trouble. So I got to create that. So I think these are learned skills,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to see where can they be taught? Because as I said, I saw my daddy walk to work, even in the rain, right? And he was hoping that he would get to a certain point and one of his friends was coming off the expressway and they would catch him before he got a car, right? And so I ain't never had no problem working because I understood that there's dignity in all labor. And that is what produces your ability to take care of your family and be free and to do all the things that you want to do. And so I think that in every space that we can begin to train and teach, whether that's at the churches that we own, we have to look at the places that we own and control. Career development has to be taught because I'm afraid, one, to be honest with you, is everybody now want to be, and I laugh about them. And the young people, if you see me, I always got young people around me.
Yes.
I said, some of y'all got to not want to be a creative and be an engineer. Creative is another title for somebody who don't want a job or responsibility.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Because what are you creating? If you're not creating freedom for yourself, what are you really creating?
Yeah.
If you're in your mama's basement talking about you on TikTok, and I tell people, you're not Tyson that. You're not going to make millions of dollars
Yeah.
off the internet. That's just not going to happen. Guess what? And those who are telling you they are lying to you. Yeah. I've offered people $1,000 if you can bring me anybody in Atlanta who's making $100,000 and I can see a deposit slip and a check that says they're making $100,000 a month because y'all got this boy valuation at over several $1,000,000. And when you talk to young people, oh, it's possible. I don't ever kill people's dreams or slay their hopes. But what I do is give you a dose of reality. Okay. Try that for 2 or 3 years. If that didn't work, be prepared to go down to, City Hall or somewhere and get you a job, but be prepared to let your 9 to 5 fuel your 5 to 9.
Yeah,
Right?